I know the ache you carry, the quiet panic when you ask and nothing moves. I have stood where you stand now, praying with my lips while my heart rehearsed doubt. And then I discovered a terrible and beautiful truth. I was always praying, and life was always answering. If you knew what you were praying for, truly praying for, you would change it now. I am not speaking of words, said in rooms. I mean the inner murmur, the imaginal act you permit in the privacy of your mind at dawn, in the queue before sleep. That is prayer. Assumption, felt as true and persisted in, hardens into fact. God is not far off. God is your own wonderful human imagination. When you hold an image with feeling, you have prayed. When you revisit it, you have persisted. And the world obediently arranges itself to echo what you have accepted. There are two men in you. One prays by report. He lists what is wrong, measures what is missing, asks timidly, and then imagines the same lack returning tomorrow. The other prays by decree. He appoints the end, feels the relief of having, and releases it to law. You cannot serve both. One of them must die in you tonight. Let the reporter go. Let the author rise. If I could follow you for a day, I would not listen to your public prayer. I would listen to your inner conversation. It never works for me. They always ignore me. Money is tight. These are prayers. And life, like a faithful servant, says, as you wish. If that offends you, good offense is the doorway. Step through. The moment you accept that your inner word is the true petition, you become dangerous to doubt. Let us begin simply. I will give you my 5-step reversal, how to see the prayer you are truly offering, how to change it, and how to let the world obey. We will practice it now. Before this hour ends, you will feel the shift, the after-feeling of already mine, and you will carry it like a quiet fire into your day. First, I ask you to witness without judgment. For the next breaths, notice your ongoing prayer. When the mind wanders, where does it go? To lack, to delay, to be in overlook? Do not argue with it. Notice it as a faithful clerk recording your order. Now, change the order. Choose one end, only one that proves your world has already shifted. Not means, not steps. The proof, the ring on the finger, the email that reads, approved, the face that softens, and I'm sorry? Let's begin again. The number in the account precisely as you have appointed it. Make it short, 2 to 5 seconds. No montage. One scene. I will wait. Enter it properly. Do not see yourself. Be yourself. Feel with the body you wear. If it is the email, hold the phone in imagination. See the subject line. Feel the little drop of relief under the ribs. The half smile that appears unforced. If it is the voice, hear it from the other person's mouth, not as memory but as now. This is prayer. Say softly, end, not means. Again, end, not means. Now we must address the stumbling stone, timing and root. If you pray for unexpected, you have dismissed the root from your jurisdiction. Your office is cause. Sequence belongs to life. Whisper, I appoint the end. I ignore the root. If the old mind returns with its ledger, how? When? Who? Answer once. Old news. Then return to the end. This is not negligence. This is governance of your most expensive asset, attention. We seal it in sat state, akin to sleep. Let the body grow heavy, sweet, and quiet. Let the breath slow. Place your one loop in imagination 3 to 5 repetitions, each softer, each truer. Stop at inevitability. Do not strain to hold it. Let it sing by itself. Whisper, thank you, gratitude after the fact. This is how prayer becomes seed. Now, enact alignment. Take one tiny act a person who has would do not to make it happen, but to agree with it. Move a bill from due to pay with a sticky note, paid. Draft a gentle, glad we've reconciled message and save it in drafts. Polish your wallet and bless it. No grand gesture. Tiny, inevitable signals to your own subconscious. I am this man now. At day's end, revise. If a scene opposed you're in an argument, a silence, a declined message, rewrite it in imagination until the better version feels like the only one that ever occurred. Then Release the day and sleep in. It is finished. Revision is mercy. Mercy is power. You say, but I have prayed for years. I answer, you have repeated years of inner contradiction. You requested with words and cancelled with imagination. The law is impartial. It obeys the dominant prayer, the felt assumption you revisit most often. Therefore, let us change the frequency. For the next 72 hours, practice this protocol. Morning, before you touch the outer phone, touch the inner one. Run your 2 to 5 second loop once. Stand only when the after feeling clicks in. Midday, 3 times. Set a gentle chime. At each chime, eavesdrop on your inner talk. If it is pleading, switch scripts from will it to it is, from I hope to I have. Whisper, of course. Evening, 5 to 7 minutes of Sats loop. Gratitude, sleep. Throughout the day, when contradiction appears, label it old report, breathe once, touch the end for 10 seconds. Then take the next obvious small action from that mood. Prayer without movement is daydreaming. Movement without prayer is noise. Marry them, and for 7 days expand the practice. Days 1 and 2 sharpen the loop. Master the aftertone. Days 3 and 4 dissolve the how hourly. Double down sat. Day 5, enact 3, microacts from the end. Days 6 and 7, strong revision, release timing, gratitude after the fact. Carry this mantra card. End, not mean. Already, not someday. Author, not reporter. I am is the cause. Why does this work? Because prayer is imaginal causation. The world is a mirror, not a maker. When you stop scolding the mirror and change the face you wear within, the reflection must think of it as tuning. You do not wrestle the radio to produce another song. You tune your receiver. Or picture a court. Your imagination is the only court of appeal. Outer facts are mere witnesses. Where the judge accepts your decree, the witnesses are dismissed. Or, if you prefer, a garden. The seed is your accepted end. Attention is water. Revision is weeding. Sats is the rich night soil. Persistence is sunlight. What you plant deliberately grows. What you neglect reverts to weeds. Let us speak plainly. If you are praying for reconciliation while rehearsing their worst text all day, you are praying for distance. If you are praying for money while checking your account with a throb of lack, you are praying for lack. If you are praying for health while telling the story of illness a dozen times a day, you are praying for illness. I am not rebuking you. I am freeing you. The moment you see the mechanism, you can move the lever. Perhaps you say, but this is pretending. No, this is appointing. You feign nothing. You feel the end as law. The pretense lies with the outer when it claims to be cause. It is not. The cause is always imaginal. But what if nothing happens? Silence is incubation, not denial. Seeds are quiet before they sprout. Keep the tone, not the stopwatch. What if I need it by Friday? Urgency lives in me. Return to the end, then move as a person who has in clarity, not panic. Now, I will walk you through the method once, properly. Sit or lie where you are. Unhook the jaw. Let the shoulders drop. Breathe in 4, out 6 twice. Select your one scene. Do not change it again tonight. Enter first person. See only what you would see if it were true. Hear only what you would hear. Feel the little bodily echo of relief. Run it once, twice, thrice, softer each time. Stop the instant inevitability appears when you would be embarrassed to ask for what you already have. Whisper, "Nanko." Do not chase it. Let it echo on the inside like a lullaby. We will now train your inner choir. I ask, you answer. Who rules? My inner word. What is real? What I accept as done. What do I ignore? Old report. What do I feel? Fulfillment. When? Now. Condition. Again. Who rules? My inner word. I will give you an identity script. Speak softly like law. I am the one who lives from the end. I appoint outcomes and ignore the root. My imagination is God in action. I am not a reporter of facts. I am the author of facts. What I feel as true becomes visible. I feel it real. The world comply. Again, slower. I live from done. I withdraw attention from lack. I return attention to receipt. What I repeat, I become. It is done. You will be tempted to check the field every hour to see if your seed has sprouted. Resist. The farmer who digs up his seed daily has faith in digging, not in the seed. Your work is tone and return. Tone, the quiet mood of already mine. Return, the swift direction. When you catch yourself praying for what you do not want, and you will catch it today because you now know how to listen. Let us address others, for many of you pray about people. You cannot change another by scolding a shadow. Others in your world are yourself pushed out, your own concept of them made visible. If you persist in seeing him as unkind, you are praying for his unkindness. Dare to assume a kinder man and persist. This is not manipulation. This is mercy. You are not forcing them. You are freeing both of you from the old image. Revise the last quarrel. Hear the apology. Feel the warmth. Live from it and let life obey. I have proved this in the small and the great. I have revised letters after they were sent and received their new contents. I have stood in rooms I had not yet entered and later found them arranged as I had arranged them in imagine. This is not chance. This is the law. Simple and severe as sunrise. Perhaps you ask, how will I know it's working? Your first proof is inner. The craving gives way to quiet. The restless checking stops. That is not apathy. That is Sabbath, the rest of the man who has finished. And then outer echoes begin to appear. A tone shifts. An email softens, a delay breaks, a way opens by means you would not have designed. Do not worship the means. Bless them and move on. Carry these 5 refusals and 5 returns as guardrails. I refuse to argue with facts that contradict my end. I refuse to beg reality for permission. I refuse to measure sprouts as harvest. I refuse to share my seed with gossip. I refuse to fear silence. I return to the end. I return to the feeling. I return to inner agreement. I return to quiet command. I return to gratitude after the fact. Now choose a micro-proof, for the mind loves a token. For 48 hours, appoint a neutral end. To hear a particular rare phrase. To see a certain color hat. To receive a message from an old friend. Feel it once in sats, then forget it. When it appears, smile not because it is large, but because your inner court rule. Then transfer that certainty to the matter that matters. If you will do this faithfully for 7 nights, you will not recognize your mornings. You will rise with the taste of dawn still on the tongue. You will find yourself speaking less and seeing more, arguing less and appointing more. And when the old prayer pokes its head up, it never works for me. You will laugh and say, that is not my prayer. Then you will choose again. Let us seal it now. Place your hand, if you can, lightly on your chest. Say, I know what I am praying for. Again, I know what I am praying for. Now change it. I pray from the end. I live from done. I feel it real now. Walk with me a moment in silence. Imagine the small proof you chose. Then imagine the larger one. Do not chase it. Let it come to you. Hear the phrase. See the number. Feel the relief. Whisper, thank you. You will want to tell someone. Tell yourself first. The outer world will catch up. You do not need its permission. You only need your own agreement. Remember the rule. Author, not report. End, not means. Already, not someday. I am is the cause. If you knew what you were praying for, you would change it now. Now you know. Change it. Appoint the end. Feel it real. Release the root. Enact a tiny agreement. Revise contradictions. And hold the tone of the man who has. Life has no choice. It obeys the word you accept as law. Long pause. I leave you where I found you, but not as I found you. You are no longer a beggar at the door of fact. You are the master of your inner house. Go in, shut the door, and pray to your Father, which is in secret your own wonderful human imagination, and your Father, which sees in secret, shall reward you openly. It has begun.